Okay, right, so we're just quickly going to look at the curves control. On the right-hand side, we've got the curves adjustment layer. It's a non-destructive editing layer on top of the background. If we click on the actual icon, you'll get the curves palette pop out, so we can actually work on it. Otherwise, you've got your mask, so if you click on that, from the properties, you would then get your mask that you can feather and stuff. So anyway, let's click back to our icon so we can see the curves. The curves basically is a way of arranging the tones inside your photograph. So this here is your histogram that you would see. It's an averaged histogram, so it's not an absolute one where you see red, green, and blue. So it's your luminosity histogram, basically. Then, the bottom layer is what we would consider our input. This side layer here is what we would call our output. So it works on an X and a Y axis. All right, and you can see on the left corner at the bottom, there is a black triangle or slider, and on the white bottom right corner, you've got a white slider. Okay, now the basic idea is that any point here, and you can actually see my numbers are moving as I do that, that would be the actual tonal input that we've got. So along this curve, so this is where we play with our curve, is essentially where we'll put our lock points. But what we're saying is, let's say I choose a point over here, boom, like that. It means input 60, but it says output 30. And the way it's working that is, you've got a line literally coming up from the input over there, but what we've done is we've moved a horizontal line on the vertical axis down. Let me do that manually. Can you see I move it down on the vertical axis even though the horizontal axis hasn't moved at all? Alright, so what it is doing in effect is it's almost as if this histogram were mirrored and reversed on the vertical. And all we're doing is we're saying we're taking this tone and we're going to lighten or darken it based on pulling up or pulling down. If we pull left and right, all we're doing is we're actually choosing a different tone. We're not stretching the tone, we're just choosing a different tone. Okay, now the reason why it's called a curve is because when you create an anchor point, this is the anchor point, Photoshop tries to associate all the other tones in a neat ordered pattern, hence the curve like this. And the curve is based on where your black point is and where your white point is. Okay, so the quickest way, let's just reset this. So we're going to go boom over there, so it's reset. Now the quickest way that you can level out your photograph, so in other words, find its black point and find its white point, is go to one of these sliders on the left and the right hand side, click on it and hold down your Alt button. Try it again, there we go. So on the white slider you end up with a black screen. As we pull it back, you'll start seeing colored pixels appear. Now everywhere where there's color, it means that the tone curve has actually clipped. If you remember from your histograms, if it clips, it means you no longer have textural information. All you have is a single tone of color, i.e. in this case, a blue or a white. Okay, so it's a single tone of color. There's no gradient or texture inside it, so we've essentially lost detail. So the idea is that if you want to find the black and white point of your photograph, you go until you see just a touch of color and back off, and then you go to the opposite side and you do the same thing again. This time, because you're doing your blacks, it's going to be a white screen. So we'd pull it out, and you can just see up over here, there's a little bit of color. That's going to be a pure black tone probably. So we'll just edge it back a little bit. And we now have essentially let me just close this so you can see it. You've now got what we call a leveled photograph. Okay, so the leveled photograph means there it doesn't have correct contrast. This is now contrast, and we have a black point and a white point. The black point is somewhere over here, the white point is somewhere there. Okay, this is a guesstimation way. You can do it very quickly, which is quite nice. Now, the point is, you can still go back inside here and you can decide, hang on, I want to be able to have a darker gamma to the photograph, or middle gray basically. So you would just go to your center line, create an anchor point, and pull down. That darkens the whole photograph. You could potentially say, I want to have more contrast. So contrast in a curve is basically making your darks darker and your lights lighter. So you just pull your tone down like so, and you'd pull your tone up like that. And you can see how we've added a lot more contrast. It doesn't always work, but when you use this in conjunction with things like luminosity masks, you can actually be a lot more heavy-handed with how you use your contrast, because now it's only been related to a small area. Now, In the days before luminosity masks, what you might potentially have done is, here are these tones here. And you can actually, if you take your dropper, if I can remember correctly with this one, okay, we'll do that later. But can't find my little, is it this one? Yes, there we go. So if you click the finger, you can actually see where these things are on the tonal scale. So let's say I look at this area here. Let's say I want to lighten these tones, only those tones. You'd basically build a anchor there. You add another anchor next to it, just shortly like so, and an anchor there, and an anchor there. Come on. So, why can't I get that anchor in there? Just pull one there and pop it there. Right, by putting 2 anchors there, it means that when I pull this up, I'm only pulling up those tones. I'm going to be really ridiculous and do this. Okay, so all those tones have now been warped out completely. You don't want to go that far. But the point is, if you do something gentle, like so, you can actually just do the tones of the trees. Again, it's far better to use this in conjunction with something like luminosity masks or a mask of some sort. Okay, let me just take this back again. So all you do to get it back is you hit the recycle button over there, or the return button. Now if we look at the photograph, let's just quickly level it out again. When you hit auto, because it does have an auto button, if you do that, okay, it's going to basically try, you can see it's created a white point and it's created a curve. It's not necessarily a nice curve though. But when you do auto, what it does is it basically finds the black point and the white point, but more than that, it goes into the color as well. So it then goes into color, and then it says, hang on, I've got to find my black point and my white point in the color as well. So we'd go into the greens, bring that back, and you'd go into the blues, and you'd bring that back. Okay, so now what it does is it's basically trying to create the right contrast in all of the channels, red, green, and blue. What you can do though is you can look at the image and you can go, hang on a second, I want it to be bluer or colder. So for instance, here by pulling the blue down, it's actually made it more of a sort of cyany green tinge. If you pulled it up, it would go much cooler. So again, if you add this to controls like selection of the sky, for instance, you can do quite a lot of stuff to it. You can also obviously change just the shadows, for instance. So let's say I want my shadows to be darker, or redder, sorry. So I'd pull that up, but then I'd pull those down over there. It doesn't necessarily work because obviously we haven't made selections, but can you see how the shadows have gone red, but the sky, which is a highlight, has stayed blue? Okay. It's not an easy control to learn how to use, but I find that if you're just working with the basics over here, it's very quick. You can do 90% of what all the other controls do in combination just inside your tone curve. And in terms of when I'm wanting to darken, brighten, or add contrast, my go-to tool is always going to be the curves control. Okay.